All right, let's check this out. Nintendo using AI? Oh dear, what is the world coming to, ladies and gentlemen? What is the world coming to? You know, here, if you want my opinion on the good old IA, bro, on the AI, it takes away a lot of the jobs from people who love creativity and just like want to make stuff and want to work for a company. So, you know, I'm not totally against AI. However, if it gets to the point where we're just using AI to make video games, then there's a problem, because then there's no creativity. AI, all it does is take like things people have already created and then make something. If all you ever used was AI for video games or movies or commercials or whatever, then we'll never ever have anything new, and it just gets rid of creativity basically altogether. So I'm very against it, but at the same time, I'm not fully against it, only if you're using it for certain aspects of your game. I know a lot of video games nowadays will just like AI kind of like, let's see, the new football game, the NCAA 2025. I believe some of the fans and like the backgrounds were kind of AI, which is like not a big deal. I mean, I don't know. Did someone lose their job? Like, was someone, if someone lost their job, then I'm not happy about it. But I feel like a lot of times that just kind of speeds up the process. Like, you know, the person who was gonna do that background probably wasn't fired. He probably just ended up doing other stuff for the company, other like maybe close-ups of the actual players, like just like their faces and stuff. Which, if it speeds up the process and makes everything better, sure. But I just don't like it when it gets to the point where people are starting to lose their jobs and like we're just getting rid of creativity altogether. But let's see what Nintendo Life has to say about this. Go ahead and check this out. The Switch 2 will probably use AI. I agree. Let's see.
Hey everyone, Felix from Nintendo Life here, and I just got back from my winter break. I sat down on my desk and saw, wow, Nintendo and AI in the next console? What's going on? Well, don't worry. You might have clicked this video thinking,
Confirmed.
no AI in my console? No, we hate it. Don't worry, this is not the bad kind of AI, like generative, just making stuff out of the blue with a prompt. No, it is upscaling video game images to a higher quality. See, what Nintendo has just done is...
See, that's not a bad thing. Like, if you're just using AI to make up the whole video game, everything you're seeing, and then like all these people lose their jobs and it's just like this big thing, that's a problem. But I mean, if it's just like upscaling with it, I mean, that actually seems fine. It just adds to what the people created, and that's fine.
File a patent about upscaling.
But this is where it begins, you know. Like, eventually, I'm afraid it's gonna get to the point where AI just makes up all the video games, which is sad, which is really sad.
Scaling games' output, which corroborates previous reports that the next Nintendo console will use some form of DLSS. Now, if you don't know what DLSS is, this is NVIDIA's own AI upscaling tool, which, if you didn't know, Nintendo and NVIDIA have a partnership together, mainly because NVIDIA makes the chips for the Nintendo Switch. Now, why would one use this tool in the first place? Well, it makes it so that game developers can output natively a game in a lower resolution, meaning that the game will run much better on the console, and then use the AI tool to output it into a resolution that looks much better. Let's say you have a 1080p image, well, now you can upscale it to 4K so it looks really good, but it runs as a 1080p game would. And this is essentially what Nintendo's new patent is all about. A section in the lengthy 39-page patent, which was brought to our attention by Laura Kate over in Blue Sky, thank you Kate, reads as follows. As an illustrative example, a video game that is designed to output images at 4K natively may have a total size of 60 gigabytes. However, if the size of the images produced by the video game engine are 1080p, then the total size needed for the video game may decrease to, for example, 20 gigabytes. Even if images are then output by video game engine at 1080p, the techniques herein may be used to transform such images to 4K images during runtime. Now, a key thing to note is that this is all real time. It wouldn't work if you were looking at the screen, pressed a button, and then it had to load in the 4K. No, this is all seamless, which is really, really cool if executed properly. Sure, you might sit there and think, this is all great and all, but does it actually work? It sounds like a fairy tale, having games run really well and also look really good on my Nintendo console. Well, it might just be true, because if we look at Nvidia's own tool, DLSS, or AMD's tool, FSR, there's some really great examples. Now, if you want to see for yourself, well, I'll show you right now, because Alex was so kind to grab some examples using AMD's FSR playing Baldur's Gate. So here we have the overworld running at a native 720p on Alex's One X Player 1X. And now he'll be upscaling it to 1080p using FSR 2.2. Really impressive, right?
Yeah. It is a big difference, you can see.
Here's another example, but in dialogue. Native and upscaled.
Yeah.
Personally, I was blown away when I saw this examples Alex sent over. It is night and day. It's like such a good difference. Now, it must be noted that this isn't perfect. For example, when you move the camera around a lot. Now, it must also be said that this is FSR and not DLSS, which I've heard is better. But here, Alex was also trying to upscale the image to almost twice the size.
If there was like a huge lag with it, that would become a problem.
Now, many have been saying that Nintendo will use DLSS because they're partnered with Nvidia, but this patent, it kind of shows that they might be doing their own in-house thing. Maybe it's still a partner with Nvidia, but it's called Nintendo Magic, and only Nintendo can use it. I don't know, we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah.
And if you want to read more about what
Magic.
DLSS exactly is, well, you can look.
What's the magic? It's AI, but it's NI. Nintendo imaginative, I don't know.
In the description, where you can find a lovely article written by Jim Norman over on NintendoLock.com, where he goes into detail about what on earth it actually is. And I'll also have a link down to a PDF document so you can read the patent yourself.
That's
it is
interesting,
really
right?
lengthy. I didn't look through all of it, but it's quite interesting to see the images that they showcase, showcasing different images being upscaled and the different techniques that they will use to achieve said thing. But what do you think of this whole patent AI upscaling thing? Well, let me know down in the comments below. I'm sure there's a lot of different takes to be had.
Yeah, go ahead, go check out Nintendo Live. They're pretty good, and I'm subscribed to them. As you see, go subscribe to them if you so wish. But what do you guys think of Nintendo using AI on their new consoles? It's just upscaling, but it always starts with that. It always starts a little bit, just like slowly making their way up till eventually AI takes over the world. I don't know. Maybe you're not worried about it. Right now, I'm not too worried about it right now. If it's just making my game flow better, then that's fine. But what will it become? Let me know down below in the comments what you think, and help us reach our goal of 100,000 subscribers. We're getting there. Woo! AI's taking over the world, ladies and gentlemen. It's crazy.